Hello, welcome to the JAV Show. This is Jorge.
And this is Viv.
And we're back.
Hi guys,
we haven't had a podcast.
No chat.
Yeah, we haven't had a podcast in like a month. Like us actually doing one in
like live.
The Jorge studio. Yeah, so it's been a while. We're just gonna catch up with life and how things are. How's our summer? Can you believe it? It's like summer's almost halfway through.
I know. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, holy shit.
Actually, I think it's more than half. It depends on what you count. If you count June as the start of summer, then we're more than halfway through. Because it's usually
summer's 4 months.
June, July, August, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wait, no. Actually, I count April.
You count April?
April. Oh no, May. Sorry, May, June,
Really?
July, August. Yes.
I don't think that's proper, is it?
Is it? Oh yeah, you're right.
Technically, summer should be 3 months. I mean, every season should technically be 3 months, right?
You're right.
There's
but
12.
in Edmonton, I would consider it 4. I think it's also because of university. I consider it 4.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because it's fall, winter, and then spring, summer was like amalgamated into one thing.
Yeah.
For universities and stuff. So that's cool. That's cool. I guess we can just catch up with stuff that we've been doing. Should we go backwards or forwards in time? Backwards would mean more recent shit now.
Let's go forward.
Forward. So we had to start like fucking way back. Like Canada Day. Did you do anything special for Canada Day?
Let me see on my calendar. I have everything written in my calendar for things that I do. I went on a walk with Jessica. Hung out with her baby.
Do I know this, Jessica? Jessica, everyone's getting babies now.
You actually may not know her. She's been a friend of mine for like a really, really close best friend of mine for say like since I was 15 actually. Yeah.
You're 15? Oh.
Hung out with her and her husband, her, Tom, and their baby. That was a lot of fun. We went to go get cake.
What's the baby's name?
Lila.
Wow, everyone's doing trying to do such unique babies' names. But like 10 years from now, are all these going to be like the basic names?
You know what? Something that I heard
What?
Is that Elon Musk's kid probably isn't named Ash X12 or whatever the fuck it's named. That's probably just a name he tells everyone in public so no one knows his legal name.
Maybe.
Maybe. I was like, oh, that's so smart.
But, it could be too. He seems like pretty,
I feel like when you also see that many things in life, you're like less fazed by commonality.
Yeah, but I also think like he just doesn't... He has the resource to not give a fuck what people actually think of him and his life.
The world's his playground.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. And after that walk, I went to grab some drinks and eat some snacks with Cassidy, which is somebody I met at the last Dynasty tournament.
Oh.
We had, some of the people at EVP know her, and then she ended up coming to join our team last minute, and her and I got along pretty well.
Oh, nice.
So we went to go get some drinks, and then we met up with a bunch of other volleyball people for more drinks afterwards.
I feel like I haven't met anyone and hung out with them in so long.
Like new people?
I just don't really meet new people. Or if I do, I just don't really hang out with them either.
Yeah, after that weekend, I met her that weekend that we went down to Calgary for the tournament. And at the end of the weekend, she was like, oh yeah, it was so nice to like meet you. And I was like, holy shit. I completely forgot I just met you this weekend because we got along so well. We clicked so well that I totally forgot that I just met her like 2 days prior.
So then you guys just started hanging out?
Yeah, just a little bit here and there.
I feel like that was such a once upon a time for me. Now that I think about it. I feel like maybe back in uni, I'd meet someone and be, oh, you want to hang out? And then we'll go hang out.
It's been a while since I've met somebody that I've clicked well enough that I was like, okay, yeah, sure, let's go hang out.
It's like...
It was a very new feeling again.
Yeah, it's weird. Because like whenever I do meet someone, it's like, oh, that's cool. And then if the option to hang out is, I'd be like, oh, fuck, I have my other friends I want to hang out with. I have Joyce, I have my family. I actually hang out with my family a lot more now. Ever since they all have fucking kids now.
That's so nice.
So my brother has 2 now, and then I guess that's also what happened. My brother's child was born. His name's Kyler. So he has a daughter and a son, And then yeah, it's like literally every weekend it's either hang out with Joyce, or actually okay, every weekend it's hang out with Joyce, but then like we also just hang out with our family a lot too, because they have the babies, and then they just come over and then we just hang out.
That's so nice. I feel like that's really good because you would want to be a part of your nephew's.
Do you think they were like only one-ish?
I don't think they remember right now though.
Yeah, I don't think they'll remember shit.
I know. It's nice to build that.
You know, I should make them remember. I'll put a scar on them.
You're Harry Potter.
Now you remember me. But yeah, like I haven't actually went out and hang out with like, I wouldn't say randos, but like new people I've met. It's always like catching up with old friends or hanging out with my current group of friends.
Why?
What do you mean? Why I haven't met new people? I don't know actually. I wish I was more willing to, or not willing to, but like have a desire or motivation to meet people. I just don't have that. I don't know. Especially in Edmonton. Definitely if I moved to a new city, I would definitely try to meet people.
Yeah, I don't have a desire to meet new people too. I just happen to.
Yeah. True. That's true.
Yeah. And then that weekend I went down to Calgary because Carmen wanted to go for her bachelorette.
Just Calgary?
She was deciding on what to do. And the one thing I told her was, I was like, no matter what you do, have it out of town. Like, I feel like a bachelorette is a one-time thing. Hopefully.
Not statistically speaking.
Yeah, not statistically speaking, you're right. But I told her that the one thing is that I feel like she should have it out of town no matter what. And she didn't know what to do. And when she saw that it was Calgary Stampede and for the Badlands tent, which is like one of the performing tents,
yeah.
When she saw that Slander and Swedish House Mafia were coming, she suggested that we all go down. And then I was like, no, I don't really want to go. Shit. And then she was like, oh, let's do it for my bachelorette, actually. Oh, so then I was like, all right, let's go.
You had to go. She forced you.
Yeah, it was actually like a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
We went from Friday to Monday. It was a lot of fun. But actually, one thing that happened is that I fainted on Sunday.
For fun?
I don't know why. Yeah, no. Like 1 second, I felt fine. Like completely fine. I wasn't intoxicated or anything. And the next second, I woke up and I was laying on the floor, like the grass.
Oh, yeah. Long COVID, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why. Like, I still don't know why. And this is the second time I've ever fainted without it being needle related.
That's crazy. Like, fainting isn't natural or normal in my life. Like, yeah. I could recall all the exact times where I lost consciousness, and there aren't many.
I've fainted more than like 50 times in my life, for
Holy
sure.
Fuck.
Probably like more than 100, actually, probably.
Isn't that kind of crazy? There's like literally spots in your life where you don't even know what happened.
Yeah, but it's the way that it feels is when you watch shows and people faint, they slowly become like weak or tired and they drop down slowly. But for me, it's literally 1 second I'm conscious, next second I'm not.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that scary? That's like a straight up hit your head on the floor thing.
I'm really used to it, but the part that is scary is that I don't know the cause of it. Because previously the cause was always, okay, anything to do with needles. I know needles makes me faint. Whether it's a vaccine, a blood test,
drugs.
Literally any type of injection needle.
Damn.
Yeah. Piercing sometimes, tattoo sometimes, but I tell them to lay me down for those things. And usually when you get laid down, your chances of fainting are less likely because your body doesn't have to work that hard to pump blood up to your brain.
Oh. Just do your tattoo upside down. Pretty low chance at that point.
Right. Well, you're laying down anyways. But yeah, so I fainted. I hit my head pretty hard. I swear I had a minor concussion for the rest of the week because I had a headache for the rest of the week and the side of my head freaking hurt. I swear if I had no hair, I would have seen a bruise.
I don't get how you're so nonchalant about it too, though.
Well, because I faint a lot.
Really?
Well, I want to say a lot, but I have experience with fainting. The only part that I'm curious about is why.
Genetics, I guess.
But so far, I'm just putting it down to it was an exhausting weekend. I don't know. I was in the sun. I had lack of sleep. I don't know why. But then who knows? Anyways, I feel completely fine now. The headache only lasted a little over a week. But now I feel completely fine.
Damn, all those brain cells are gone.
Yeah.
Lost brain cells.
How was your first 2 weeks?
Canada Day. I had a barbecue with friends. I think that was about it. We didn't do too much, I think, for Canada Day. I had a barbecue, and then I'm trying to recall what I fucking did. I feel like it's almost nothing. Work was very whatever. Like work's been busier now, but during the beginning of July, it wasn't too busy. It was chilled. We have like a work town hall or something, like an annual town hall, where they get you like super hyped about working and shit.
Hey.
I mean, sometimes I get hyped about that stuff when they talk about like specific projects. I was like, oh, cool, that's the stuff I want to do. I feel like back when I was working on the train, they did this like every 6 months or maybe a year. And during that month, I would legitimately be like, oh yeah, I actually want to like, you know, do this project really well. And then 3 days later, I'd be like, fuck this, man. I don't even know. It's like such temporary
joy. They bring you pizza and you're like, yeah, I have been working hard. I do deserve this over a raise. Or a bonus.
The temporary motivation. Well, that's the thing. It's crazy though, because these people who are executives and leaders of the company, they do have I feel like a magic ability of motivating people naturally with what they talk about. But then I think that kind of dies down very soon after.
Yeah. Everyone's at work because they need to get paid.
Yeah. Gotta make bank. Other than that, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else there was. Like, volleyball's been chilled. Climbing's been chilled. I do need to take a break week soon, so that might be next week from working out and all. It's not that I've got stuck anywhere, because I'm still not trying to push myself way over the limit because of my back still.
Yeah, your back's not fully healed, I thought.
No, it's not fully healed. But I've just been so tired lately. Like, my cardio's, I still do my stuff, but I just feel like my legs are just like logs. So I was like, oh, I need a break soon. I think it's about that time.
Yeah. Listen to your body.
Well, yeah, and it's also, I don't know. It's sometimes the thing I don't respect enough is just taking time off.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah, so then I just have to like respect the ability of healing from time off and the joy it may bring me from actually taking a break.
I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, first 2 weeks, fuck, I actually don't think I did anything. Well, let me see. Canada Day, nothing. I think the third week or maybe the second and a half. Let's see. July 1st was on the beginning. Yeah, so I think on the 12th there was the comedy festival I went to. That was pretty cool. So I went to the Great Outdoor Comedy Festival in Edmonton in Kinsman Park. And I went the specific day that Shane Gillis and Andrew Schultz was on, because they're like, well, Shane Gillis is like one of my favorite comedians, and then Andrew Schultz is pretty good too. But I thought Andrew Schultz's set was better than Shane's.
Oh shit.
But I also felt like Shane was still working on new material. Like, I felt like he's exploded. Like, he's literally, I think the last 6 months he's been the biggest comedian.
Oh really?
Just like, for some reason everyone's really into him. I mean, not for some reason, like, he's legitimately good. But like, he did his SNL skit and he did all the other stuff.
See the person you watch sometimes when I get here?
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. But Andrew Schultz's set was so tight. Like, everything was perfect. Like, every single transition, everything was really good. But so the event was kind of okay. It was kind of like chaotic because you bring your own lawn chair and you set up at Kinsman Park, and then you just watch them, right? So like, they have a section you can sit on, like everyone close to the stage is VIP, and everyone behind there, you just bring your own lawn chair and you just set up.
Do some people just bring a blanket?
Everyone, I mean, you won't be able to see shit if you did, because everyone brought a lawn chair, right? So like, the seating was kind of chaos, and it was a cool idea, but I probably, if I had another choice to go watch again, I would rather just watch at like an arena or a stadium, because it's just like kind of chaos. Like, you don't really get optimal vision. Like, at an arena, the seats are all slanted, right? So even if you're at the top, you can still see.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, like, it's kind of hilly in Kinsman, so you like, if you get a bad like low spot, then you can't see shit.
Then you're fucked. Yeah.
And then apparently it was like, for some reason, they were saying that Telus and Bell was down, so they couldn't like get payment for like drinks and shit. So like, people tried tapping, it didn't work and stuff.
Oh shit.
And then they had like one Wi-Fi tower there. I was like, dude, there's like 50,000 people here. I don't think that's gonna do shit.
So no one got
they just took a long time. Like, it took a while. I think people on Rogers were fine,
Yeah.
So I think the problem was the vendors, right? So the vendors has their payment terminal that's connected to the internet, and if they don't have cellular service, then you can't get money, right? Or get paid for the stuff. And they specifically said on the event it's like a cashless event, right?
Oh damn, that's so unfortunate.
I was like,
probably lost a lot of money from doing that.
Yeah, just because they had to delay that. I mean, I don't know what events can do about that, but definitely like contact all like the cellular provider people and be like, hey, maybe
make sure it's there.
Yeah, maybe even potentially like fork in some money for them to get like extra, you know, the van that has like the boost the signals, like
with that many people there.
I was like, maybe that's what they could have done. I mean, the potential revenue was pretty big there, but it was like almost $100 for like general admission tickets.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So it's like it wasn't cheap, so they could have afforded like one of those things, right? Yeah, I
feel like $100 is pretty good if you can sit wherever the fuck you want.
Well, it was cool too because it was double headliner, right? Like normally you watch one of their shows and it might be like $60-$70, right? But you get to watch 2 shows for $100.
How close did you get?
Not that close. Like I watched most of it through like the TV screen next to the stage. But it was still good. It was funny too because like the Kinsman Park, like behind it, there's still like a playground shit, and that's not part of the event, right?
So you can hear kids fucking screaming.
Well, so like people could literally sit there and still hear the show and not pay to go in. They just kind of see the show, but they can hear the show, right?
Yeah.
And for the most part, that's kind of all you need is to really just hear the jokes and shit, right? So I was like, oh shit, we could literally come back and watch Kevin Hart tomorrow if we just sit back here and just chill.
You could have a little picnic.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Shane Gillis show was sold out. I think the Kevin Hart one wasn't sold out.
Oh yikes!
I didn't expect. I mean, like I don't think. I think he's funny, but I wouldn't. I don't think he's that funny. Like
I don't think Kevin Hart's funny. I don't think I've ever laughed. I've watched some of his skits before, but I don't think I've ever laughed to a single one.
I've watched this shit on like Netflix or whatever, and they're okay. But I feel like there's funnier people out there.
Like he's a comical guy.
Yeah,
but would not say he's funny.
I don't know how to explain him. Like I feel like he tries too hard.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean?
Like he repeats his lines too often and makes too many sounds, and it's like, okay, I get it. But there's no hard hitting lines or punchlines or anything.
Like, okay, for me, in my opinion, I feel like his dream and desire is so opposite of what I want because I feel like he tries so hard to be famous.
Yeah,
does that make sense? Which for me, I don't care for that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas guys like you know who Daniel Day-Lewis is? No. Or Leonardo?
No.
DiCaprio?
Oh, yeah.
Like those guys don't attempt to be famous.
Oh, they're just famous because of their skill.
Yeah, they're just famous because of what they can do, but then they don't like go out of their way to go on social media to try to like connect to people to become more famous, right? They're literally just famous, right? Like I would even say nowadays to the extent Justin Bieber too. Yeah. Like he doesn't go out of his way to like, you know, be super famous and be like very seen at all these places and like do all these interviews with like Vice and Architecture Digest and all this random shit, right? They just live their own life and they're just super popular and famous because of that, right? But I feel like Kevin Hart, the part I don't like is like he tries way too fucking hard, right?
He's a Kim K.
Yeah, and it's just like it's kind of like it's kind of a ick, you know? It's like it's kind of gross.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, those
do you watch the Met Gala?
No, what is that?
It's essentially a fashion event that's hosted every year.
Oh.
And only people that are prestigious or celebrities or famous are invited to it.
Yeah.
And then this year it got announced or it got released that tickets, unless you're, I think regardless if you're invited or not, it costs $500,000 to go.
Okay.
And I read online that when a lot of people heard that it cost $500,000 to go, they were like, holy shit, the rich are literally laughing in our fucking faces. And then everyone there, Camila Cabello had a purse, a so-called purse or like arm accessory where it was a block of ice.
Yeah. That just melted.
It had a gold rose inside of it. And I forgot how much they said it cost, but it was like $100,000 or $1 million or some shit like that. And people were like, oh my God, they're literally laughing at our faces because they just want to be rich and famous and they just go to these events when so many things are happening around the world, blah, 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 blah. And that just reminded me of what you were saying about people who want to be famous.
Yeah. I mean, okay, the other thing though too, which I'm always in approval of, you should be allowed to spend your money on where the fuck you want.
I agree.
So it's like if they want to spend the money on that, fuck it. It's up to them, right?
I agree. Money is to be spent.
Yeah, like I don't know. I wouldn't specifically shame people who made their money and then just spent it. Sometimes I feel like I would shame people who spent like their parents' money type of thing.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't really think about it too much because if I was put in that position, like if I had a lot of money, I would allow my kids to spend more kind of thing. So it's like kind of natural.
Me too.
So it's like,
I think when people care, they're kind of bitter.
Yeah. So then I was like, I don't really care. I don't like wasting things though. So like that purse is kind of dumb because it just melts, right?
Yeah.
Or like if they were to book a random event, get a bunch of food and no one eats it, then that's like kind of lame.
Yeah.
But most events I always see, it's like, I don't know, like they usually end up donating some shit or figuring something out where they don't waste stuff. So I was like, good enough.
Yeah, I personally also don't care, but this is what it reminded me of.
I mean, for me, I think it's like a mental thing. Like, I just don't like wasting shit in general. So when I see other people with shit, I was like, it's kind of gross for me. Like when some people order a bunch of food and then they don't even like pack it home, I was like,
oh my God, when I see some people say, oh yeah, I don't eat leftovers, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How are you alive in this society?
Yeah, for me, it just feels weird. It's just like, I don't know, like, I'm okay with you spending your money, but like, you know, someone could eat that.
Yeah, I agree.
At minimum, right? You could at least just pack it and like give it to someone and they'll probably appreciate it at least.
I agree.
Yeah, so that was it. The comedy festival. Moving into later July, last weekend, I went to a pottery class with the rotating table thing. So like, you know, there's the pottery class where you just make like a cup, like a very simple thing, but you're like molding it with your own hands. Yeah. But this one's the one that the table actually spins.
Use what's it called? A pottery wheel?
Yeah, that thing. It was cool. It was not surprising, but it was pretty hard. Like it's a pretty difficult thing to make.
Where did you do this? I've been wanting to look for a class for freaking years.
Viva Claywork. So it was just like a 1 night class because they.
Oh, that's perfect.
I think a lot of places have like a 6-week class. Yeah. And shit. No. I think a lot of places also have this like 1 night date night type of thing.
Oh, what the hell?
Where you just go and make like one thing, very very simple, but you at least get to like touch it and experience it and see.
Yeah, I've been looking for a place that.
Yeah, Joyce wanted to do that for a while, and then for her birthday, that's like one of her gifts I got her. It's just like a pottery class thing.
Did you like it? Was it worth it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, I mean, it makes me appreciate ceramics a bit more.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you don't understand how hard it is until you fucking do it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the only way you can do it, too. There's, like, no other way.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's actually machines that do it, too, but...
Oh, yeah, probably. But it's so I don't know, it's like it's so delicate and it's such an art form, whereas like every piece is different. If you do make it handmade, like you can tell if it's handmade or not.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can tell at IKEA the ceramics are machine made.
Yes.
And then when you go to market, the ones that are handmade. And it's kind of cool. It's like you'll never get that anywhere else. And then the novelty of it being handmade does make me appreciate it a little bit more. But specifically because I made it, not because some random person made it. Right?
Do you have the thing that you made?
No, they're gonna fire it and color it for us, and then so they said it'll take like a couple weeks. So I probably won't get it for a while. But yeah, it was fun. It was a really cool experience, and I didn't make anything that special. I just made I made a sauce pouring thing. I don't even know how to call it. It's pretty much like, you know how you see the fancy restaurants? Boat? Yeah, but like it's just a small one and they just pour it on stuff. Ooh. Just because I didn't really want anything else. Like I don't really want any cups. Like I feel like that's the dumbest thing that I always get from random people.
Oh yeah, I would have made a plate or a bowl probably.
So at least what the lady told us is plates are the worst because if you don't know how to make it, or it's like really difficult to make it where it doesn't crack because it's so thin at the bottom that it's more likely to crack. So like that's why she always prefers, especially on this like 1 night class, that you make like a cup like thing, something similar to a cup, right? So I was like, oh, that's cool. Man, I didn't know that. But I wasn't thinking about making a plate. Like I have made the flat stuff before, but that's just from like normal pottery, not from like a throwing wheel or whatever it's called, pottery wheel. Like you literally just get clay and you mold the thing.
Oh yeah.
And then you just get it fired, right? But that was just whatever. It was fun though. It was
That
fun.
does sound like really fun. Where is it?
Viva Claywars is near White Ave. It's really close. It's really close to Dorinku.
Okay.
It was chilling. Yeah, you should go check it out. It's like $70.
Oh, damn.
One night.
It's not bad.
$70. You get to make 2 pieces, but you only get to keep one of the 2.
Why?
And then, or if you pay like $15, you get both. Like additional $15.
The hell?
Yeah.
They were making you pay for their parts.
Yeah.
They probably sell the good plates that happen, or they like reuse it, right?
No. Whatever you don't want, you just like before you leave, you mush it up and you put it into a corner.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see.
So they just reuse the clay, but they don't reuse your artwork.
I see.
Yeah, that was cool. How about you? What'd you do middle-ish July?
Middle of July, I went. Ooh, I watched Inside Out 2.
Dude, I haven't watched a movie in a theater in so long.
I know, right? But I really wanted to watch Inside Out 2. It was so good. I thought
That's the feeling one, right? The emotion one?
This time around, they focused on anxiety a lot.
Was that one of the...
No, it's a new character that they added to this one. They have a whole group of new characters, actually, but they do focus on anxiety a lot, and I felt like they depicted it really freaking well, except for one part. So she has an anxiety attack at one point, and right after she finishes having her anxiety attack, she feels completely fine and like happy even.
Okay.
Like better than her regular threshold, which I personally, from my experience and from things that I've heard, I feel like that's really inaccurate. Like, I don't understand why you would feel that great and that refreshed and that whole again.
After an anxiety
attack. And that's the way they depicted it afterwards, which I thought was like kind of inaccurate, but everything else I thought was fucking great.
Really? You really liked the movie?
It was really funny too, actually.
I wish they made an 18A version of it. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Like taking a shit. See how your emotions are
in
your brain. Or
maybe they'll make a live action one for it. That'd be pretty sick.
No, it's not live action, but
yeah, I thought it was really funny. Really good, really funny, really cute. I think I teared up at one point.
Oh, really? Damn, I felt like this summer, I was talking to our one of our mutual friend, Alan. I was like, we were talking at Pholleyball. I was like, I feel like there hasn't been any like crazy movies lately. Like, I feel like ever since Marvel died, died, but I felt like ever since they like really dropped off the cliff.
You mean they finished phase 4?
Sure, whatever. 4 of like 32 phases, yeah. And then I just felt like there wasn't anything that's super hype anymore. There's no like must-see movie for like the longest time.
I agree.
Like partially because of COVID, but I do remember right after COVID, there was still some like must-see movies.
You open up Cineplex or something to see
what movies are out right now. Well, I'm excited for the new Transformers. That one looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's this Deadpool and Wolverine one. Okay, I swear.
Actually, I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for it. Take away a lot. I haven't been seeing a lot. I've seen 2. But they do seem interesting.
I feel like the Deadpool and Wolverine's been like advertised for like a year now.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, I don't know. I feel like it's too overly hyped.
The ads that I found interesting are the fake product ads where he showed a popcorn bucket of Wolverine with his mouth fucking open, ready to, just fucking take it. And then the other one was an Xbox controller, and it showed the front of the controller.
Yeah.
Just, regular Wolverine themed. And then the back of the controller where your middle finger, index finger would kind of wrap around the back of the console.
Yeah.
It's shaped like his ass.
So just random product placement shit. Actually,
I think it's fake products.
What I have watched recently, which I was super hyped about, was The Boys.
Oh,
that season was so fucking good.
I heard. Carmen tried to get me to watch it, but I haven't watched. I didn't finish 2.
Oh my, we're on 4 right now.
I know.
The 4's, this one's pretty mind blowing. And then they always, how they always have their YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Where they advertise like random shit.
Yeah.
So then I watched that in conjunction with the show, so it's pretty funny.
Oh, must be really good then.
Yeah, it was good. It was fucking good. I can't wait for the next season.
No, sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm not sure how they're gonna mix in like the Gen V characters since one of them died.
Oh, you're right.
But they already did. Like some of the characters did show up in The Boys, but I just don't know how it's gonna keep going on afterwards. Because they did have like a pretty main plot there that they kind of really just mixed in. So I don't know. But The Boys pretty good. I fucking loved it. It feels like 2 seasons before it's gonna end, kind of vibes.
Oh shit.
So like usually that.
So would you say it seems like it's at its peak?
No. So like when I mean 2 seasons before it ends, it usually means that it's at the main characters are at its lowest or weakest.
Oh.
You know how like I think most series it's like the main character starts out kind of low, they get a little bit bump like 1 or 2 seasons in, and then at season 3 or 4 they're at their lowest, and then the show usually ends at season 5 or 6 when they peak to the very end and they end the show kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think they're at their lowest after the end of this season, and that's how it feels like to me. It feels like there's like 1 or 2 seasons left. It's kind of like fucking Final Space.
Oh,
except they ended at the low because they didn't
that was depressing.
Yeah, because literally the end of the latest season of Final Space they were at the lowest as they could be, and it felt like the next 2 seasons they're gonna like get them back up and then end the show.
Yeah.
But then they didn't get picked up for another season, which made it really sad. It just straight up made the show super depressing.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, because that last season was so sad. I was like,
yeah, I cried for that season too.
Like every fucking episode.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no other. I haven't been watching any other shows.
I thought the same thing with Attack on Titans. But they literally kept fucking continuing. Oh, this is the last season. This is the last season, and this is the final last season. Part 2.
Is it ended yet?
I think it's done.
I watched like finished. 2 episodes of the last season. I think.
Yes. Oh, me too. I think.
And then I didn't keep going on because I felt like it was so hyped, and when the second last season came out, I felt like everyone was watching it. I was so hyped to watch it, and then when they told us there's another last season, I was like, I'm done.
Oh yeah,
I felt so over.
I did like, the same
can't do it.
thing. I was like, okay, but then I thought, okay, what? I'll just wait till the other season comes out, and then when that comes out, I'll see if I really want to watch it again. And I actually never really picked it up until I was hanging out with Chris.
Yeah,
just Chris, and then he asked me if I've watched it. So we watched a few, and it was pretty good, but I haven't picked it back up at all.
I don't know what what it is, but it's just like they, especially when they literally call that second last season the final season, it's just so depressing when they don't actually end it, and you just feel super honey-dicked.
Yeah,
and you just like
I've never heard of that term before.
It's from the Kim Jong-un movie. But yeah, it just feels so bad, right? It just feels so fucking shit. And it's just like,
oh my god, wrap it up, boys.
It just creates such a negative connotation for that movie or that show in your mind. And then you just fucking hate it. That's how I felt, at least. That was my personal feeling for that.
I agree. Have you ever heard of Alice in Neverland?
Yeah. We watched that together.
The anime?
Oh, no.
That's Alice in Borderland.
Oh, Alice in Borderland. That's the one we watched together. Okay, Alice in Neverland. I don't think so.
It's an anime that I thought was so fucking good. And I heard that manga was so fucking good. But for the anime, I think they ran out of budget or something. So for the very last couple episodes, they just squished the entire like half of the plot into like the last 2 episodes and just finished it.
Is this the one with the kids getting hijacked by aliens kind of thing? Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I saw that.
This would have been so fucking good. Like probably one of my
you see all the potential adventures that they went on, and then they didn't. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I actually don't know why they didn't. Like, the story was really cool. I thought it was a really cool concept.
Cool.
But why they didn't continue, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I heard they like ran out of time or budget or some shit like that.
So sad. I mean, I can't wait for. I was talking to this with my brother the other day. Like, I can't wait for the Red Rising show to come out. When it does come out, that's gonna be fucking sick. I kept telling him, and I still truly believe it. If it was anime, it would be, I think, one of the best.
Oh yeah,
because the way they built that book, it felt like such good anime material. But I think they may or may not go live action, which I'm kind of iffy on. The problem with live action is like your possibilities of actually enacting the creative endeavors is quite limited, right?
Yes.
When they say like plasma sword or something like that, like you can't. It'll look kind of cool in live action, but not that cool. But in anime, it could look like the shit, right?
I think it's because for live action, everyone knows that you probably won't have the same budget that you would in, say, a Marvel film. So the CGI and everything won't look as great as it could.
Also, like, this is the other thing I was telling my brother about. The biggest thing too, especially when it comes to both fantasy and sci-fi, and maybe Harry Potter did it right, but the difference in characters is astounding, but all the characters are about the same because they're all humans, right? Like the actual actors. So, for example, in Halo, the Halo series, Master Chief is like 8 to 9 feet tall. Like
Damn.
Master Chief's a tank. Like, he's just huge. Like, he was genetically, you know, modified and all this shit. So, like, they're literally 8 to 9 feet tall. So when they look at a normal, like, 6-foot soldier, they should literally be looking down, and that normal 6-foot soldier should be, like, maybe at their, like, nipple or something like that, like the top of their head, right? But you can't really do that in live action because you can't really find someone that big and that good at acting compared to everyone else, right? The reason I said Harry Potter may have done it well is, like, that big dude was pretty big, to be honest.
Hagrid.
Yeah, but then also, like, Harry Potter and them were all kids, so that's why they look so much bigger too, right? Because they were all kids. But once Harry Potter, like, the main character, grew up a bit more, Hagrid doesn't feel big anymore, right?
Yeah.
Right. So then you can't actually get that discrepancy, because if something is in the story a giant, then they should always be bigger than the biggest human, right? But you can't really get that in real life, right? Like, there's just not many 7-foot actors, right? It's just not a thing, right? Like, there's probably like 1 or 2 in
that
the world.
also fit that look and everything.
Yeah. Or also have the talent to fit in that type of setting or movie set or whatever, right? So that's why I kept thinking, I was like, man, I just feel like when you go to, like, sci-fi fantasy, when you go to, like, the extremes, I feel like you got to do it with, like, animated stuff, and it just makes it feel more realistic. Like, you don't want an ogre to not be twice the size of a human.
Yes.
Like, they have to be intimidating.
They have to
right?
be. Or you need the big budget to be able to CGI them to look that way.
Exactly, right?
And if not, it takes you out of the story.
Yeah. And then, like, if they're talking about, like, a pixie or something, you want them to be, like, so tiny that you only see the light of it. Like, they're, like, you know, 1 or 2 foot max, right? But you can't do that in a live act, or it's harder to do it in live action. And then that's where you burn all your budget, which wouldn't make sense in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Because when I read a book, I feel it, right? You feel it. Like, the character's saying they looked up and saw the head of the thing. Well, that means the head of the thing is like 10 foot tall, right? But then I go to the live action version and it's just like they're the same fucking height. I was like,
what the fuck?
It just doesn't feel right, you know?
Yeah, or they're not the same size or whatever. I feel like in live action or any show that's made with live actors, when they do a really good job at casting, then it really, really makes the show.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
It's just, like, the other thing about movies in general too, it's like, it's not just the casting, but, it is the casting, because a lot of it is the actor, because you want to love the main character so much and hate the villain so much. Like, they want to invoke those feelings into you, right? Depending on the story, because most times also they try to humanize the villain, so then you understand that there's some moral dilemma here too, right? It's not just like black and white. It's like,
to at least understand their side, and it's not that easy to just hate on them.
Yeah, exactly. But then there is no better story than like a comeback underdog story where you absolutely hate the antagonist. Like, he's just a complete, like, dick of a person. And then you just have that righteousness feeling when you're watching it. You're like, oh yeah, I want them to get their ass kicked, right? So that too, that emotion drawing stuff. But it's not always black and white, which is nice too. I actually like that realism too. Right?
I like it too,
because it's easier to portray in books. In books, like, you'll have main characters that are quote unquote good guy do something like morally difficult, but if you're in their position, you might do the same thing. And a lot of time it's like kill a person, right? Like, it's a morally difficult thing to take another person's life when you really think about it. But then when you're in their position and you've gone through the shit they've gone through, you're like, oh, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
And then that just brings you to like another level of connection with that character.
I agree. It's kind of like Thanos.
Yeah.
I actually can understand why Thanos did the way that he did. It's just a matter of the lesser of two evils in a way for the same purpose.
Yeah, like if you saw what he saw, you would probably lean towards his potential solution. But I think a big thing too is like if you look at what he saw, but then look at Earth, I feel like, all right, like real life Earth. If that happened, I was like, we're not that state yet. I feel like there's still so much space and room on Earth for us to grow, where it's like there's no way you need to get rid of anyone yet.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's cool because like he tried to make it as morally righteous as possible,
and democratic.
It's like half
random
half.
Yeah,
right. So it's like it doesn't matter if you're the Pope or not. It's random half. Like everyone gets one coin toss. Whatever you get is what you get. Right.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe
it solves the issue.
But then it goes back to me also thinking it's like he says that, but space is really fucking big.
I fucking forgot though. I feel like there was also another part to it because they didn't want an Eternal to wake up, and if the Earth's population reached a certain number, which it was really close to reaching, then the Earth Eternal would wake up. And I read somewhere that that was also something that Thanos wanted to prevent because the Earth Eternal would delay his other plans for something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be 100% honest. I'm kind of sick of this superhero shit. Especially when the universe
is awesome though.
When the superhero universe is too big, it just like it kind of makes me sick of it.
There's a lot to learn.
I always think of this in every superhero movie and shit. It's like, for example, Spider-Man's in like, was it Italy or something? Like, is there no other superhero that could help him? You know what I mean? Like when you think through it, like in reality, like for example, if something happened in New York, right? You got fucking Spider-Man, you got Jessica Jones, you got Luke Cage, you got all these superheroes, and if it was like a world, or not even world ending, city ending event, are they just gonna like chill and relax at home and let Spider-Man deal with it kind of thing?
You're right.
So that's what I always thought when the universe got too big and there's like too many heroes, it's kind of weird. It's like I feel like someone should do something. It's like I feel like there should be more team ups in reality.
Yeah, they don't freaking tell you about all the other superheroes in all the other places.
Yeah.
They're just, if we hear about them, then we know about it. Otherwise, it's always just from America, really.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And Shang-Chi.
I mean, the other thing too, it's
Wakanda.
like what's that one city that Thor built on Earth where all the people from the heavens went to? Remember, in the end of Thor,
the girl went there with him
the
too?
Valkyries and all of them went there and they started their own city. I was like, you literally have a city of gods right now. Or not gods, but like demigods. You have a city of like half gods.
I don't remember what it's called.
But you know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
right? Yeah, it's like, what the fuck problem on Earth can happen where a city of demigod cannot fix? Right. So
I mean, they couldn't fix their own world, so...
True, but once that started happening, I was like, oh, I don't know. I felt like this might be the death of Marvel because there's too many potential plot holes now.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that all the plot holes can be explained if you read the comics because the movies can only put in so much detail.
Yes and no. I don't know, like, kinda. Like, I always also go back to this one thing. It's like there's the Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yes.
So if your world's about to die from something, is that not something the Guardians of the Galaxy should deal with? They're the Guardians of the fucking galaxy, right? You know what I mean?
They're busy fighting other things.
Yeah, I know, but
that's the excuse.
Then that becomes weird too, right? It's like, well, you know, they have enough time to save that thing, but not the other thing. Just, I don't know. Just feels weird. Feels weird.
I get it.
Anyways, what else? We went to K-Days. How did you like Simple Plan?
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah. I thought so too.
It would have been nice if we got closer, but it was such a big crowd and I didn't really care to go any earlier. So I was happy that we were able to get to a spot where we could actually see them instead of at the very beginning. I thought, oh shit, what if we aren't able to see them at all and we're just standing behind this fucking tent?
Yeah.
But I'm glad we got to a spot where we were able to see them. It was a decent distance from them. Yeah. And Simple Plan was actually one of the bands that I wanted to see the most growing up.
Oh, really?
Out of the 4 walls in my bedroom, I had one wall where I dedicated to Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
One wall dedicated to Simple Plan. one wall dedicated to Inuyasha and the other one dedicated to Naruto. So Simple Plan was one of the artists I was dying to see, and I really wanted to make Simple Plan the second concert I ever went to, just because I was such a big fan of them in the past.
Yeah.
But they didn't come to Edmonton for like a really long time. But I was able to make Avril Lavigne the very first concert I ever been to.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Before she died or after?
Before she got missing.
Yeah.
And taken over by Melissa.
God damn fucking Melissa. No, I thought they were great. I don't watch many concerts, but I thought that was a really good one.
Yeah. I was so happy, and it made me so excited, and it hit so hard when they sang, what was it, Mr. Brightside?
Yeah.
And Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Skater
and also
it makes you think, are these guys just
Shrek
like
song?
Smash Mouth?
Yeah, Smash Mouth. All-Star.
All-Star, yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
It makes you
fucking
think
Shrek and Mr. Brightside and Avril Lavigne. It's like this concert is just for me.
It just makes you think if these like rock bands are just like trading songs sometimes, you know what I mean? Because
Maybe.
to them it doesn't change much.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just thinking in their community, they probably don't care if like if they're all big names, like between the big names, they play each other's shit. They probably don't care. It doesn't change any tangible outcome. You know what I mean?
You know, at other concerts, singers do cover other artists' songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. I haven't been to many concerts, so I don't know how it works. I was like, is this fucking legal? Like,
no, I would say maybe a third of the time, 40% of the time.
They're not singing their own?
They'll play like one or two other artist songs.
40% of the time they'll play some of, okay, so half the time
40% of the concerts that I've been to, I would say,
okay,
those artists have played another artist song.
Okay. So not 40% of their set.
Yeah, not 40% of their set. Okay. Like, it's not uncommon.
Yeah. I mean, so like thinking back now, if knowing what I know now about Simple Plan, if they did come, I would pay money to watch their shit because they're actually pretty good.
Yes, they are pretty good.
Which makes me think, oh fuck, maybe I should like try to see some concerts of people that I actually want to see. But
I love concerts.
I'll figure that out. But do you think it's similar to other artists? Like when you go watch an Adele thing, would the atmosphere just be so much different?
I think it is very different for every concert.
Because Simple Plan was just so hyped, right? Like you just want to be like...
Really? I didn't think it was that hype, actually.
Oh, really? I thought like...
I internally felt like it was really hype, but the crowd wasn't that hype, in my opinion.
I felt like, especially the way they're set up, like a rock band and stuff, like they're just super hyped, right? But like, I feel like Adele would be, you know, some slower songs, some more chilled stuff. So I kind of wonder how the crowd kind of reacts to it.
I do think that the atmosphere would be very different for an Adele song. But I also think that if this was a concert in an actual
stadium
arena,
yeah,
then people would be even more hype. Like I went to a Sum 41 concert and it was fucking insane. Like it was what you would think a punk rock concert would be like, with people belting the songs off the top of their lungs, and then there was a fucking mosh pit.
Oh yeah.
And it was sick. People dressed up for it, not only in just rock clothing, which was what me and my friends did when we went, but I thought this was, I don't know if this is normal, but for the Sum 41 concert, people cosplayed and dressed up as fucking random ass things.
Oh really?
Like somebody wore a giant lettuce costume. Somebody dressed up as a robot.
I don't know who the Sum 41 is.
You don't?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you should.
Like if I listen to one of their songs, I might know.
I'm sure you'll know.
Okay, maybe we'll pause this real quick and we'll find a song.
But yes.
Okay, well, I mean, I feel like I only know like one or two of their songs at most.
They are really good.
They're not like a Simple Plan. Not like a Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, for
not
sure.
like a Blink 182.
For sure, they're definitely smaller, but I feel like people know them. I would love to see Green Day too.
Green Day. I only know like 2 or 3 of their songs.
Or Blink 182.
I think Blink 182 would be
Or
bomb.
3 Days Grace.
I don't know 3 Days Grace.
Or Pholleyball. Oh my god, Pholleyball would be the top of that list actually.
Honestly, I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably go Linkin Park.
Yes.
They're just too good. I don't know.
Pholleyball would trump Linkin Park for me.
Oh really?
Yes, I love Pholleyball.
Okay, I mean, I'm kind of excited now because I was like, oh, maybe I should see like who's coming around to see like a good concert now. I haven't. But I actually like what they do is because they're so universal. It's like not all singers can cover any type of songs.
Yeah.
But I feel like all rock bands can cover other rock band songs. That's what it felt like, at least.
Yes.
After listening to Simple Plan, it felt like,
a lot of singers can cover other people's songs too, though.
To a limit. It's like you don't see Adele fucking covering Eminem.
True.
Right?
Kelly Clarkson did.
Yeah.
Or she covered some other rap artist, which I thought was pretty sick.
But I think almost every rock band can cover another rock band's thing. Because the fundamentals are all there. Maybe the vocals are a little off, but the background music, all like they're doing it. There's no problem there, kind of thing.
But yeah, it was fucking sick. The Simple Plan song. I felt like a part of my childhood was restored or finally
your inner child. You
satisfied.
You unraped your inner child.
Was amazing.
Yeah.
When they played Save You, that really hit hard too.
Yeah. I felt like they had a lot of good moments in that.
So many. So many.
Oh, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Especially like near the end when they started getting to their super popular songs. I was like, oh, this is super hyped now. But even when they sang covered other people's stuff was good too.
Which song do you think hit the hardest for you?
When I was a kid.
Performed it. Oh, when I was a kid, yes.
Yeah. I was waiting for that the whole time.
Yeah.
Like from the very beginning, I was like, I can't wait for When I Was a Kid is on. And then it didn't come on till like the second last one.
Just a Kid?
Oh yeah. It didn't come on till the last one or the second last one.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I was waiting for this the whole time. I was like, dude, if I leave here and they don't fucking play this, I'm gonna be pissed.
I would say Welcome to My Life and Perfect hit the hardest. And also Save You.
Yeah, I'm not as much of a Simple Plan connoisseur, or actually even music connoisseur in general compared to you, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm very chilled with my stuff. I don't get too deep into things. Into music.
In Too Deep by Sum 41. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Yeah, I went with Viv. Went Carney Food.
Viv, Butch,
Rstar, and then our friend Alan showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, we just ran into him there and we're like, come with us.
Yeah, it was good though. It was a lot smaller, I admit. Like, I want to say like 20% smaller than usual. What I remember. We didn't go into the expo though, so that's probably why it felt a little small. Like, I felt like we walked it all within like 2 or 3 hours, but if you walk around the expo, that's like another hour at least.
Yeah,
usually.
I agree.
But we didn't go in there. But that was good. I mean, you go there, you expect to get fucked by all the vendors with the prices, so it is what it is. Carney Food, do it once a year type of thing.
Out of all the things that we got for food, which one would you say you like the most?
The most? I would say probably the elephant ear because we had to wait so fucking long for it. But it was pretty satisfying afterwards.
It was smaller than normal.
Yeah. But I wouldn't complain because I didn't want to eat that much anyway. So it's like,
I know, okay. But like at least give me the option, you know?
Yeah.
I would say the squid for me.
Oh, the squid was pretty good. That was pretty good. I really wish somewhere in Edmonton just made that without having to like wait for a fucking carny. Yeah. Like go to a Korean restaurant and be like, can I get a fried whole squid?
I feel like there probably is some place, but we don't know about it because I heard that from a lot of the international students at U of A, there are fried chicken spots that we don't know about because they make the fried chicken like a filleted, you want to call it a butterflied and pounded fried chicken like that you literally eat just like that. Like you'll hold it, but with using a paper bag, and you just eat it like that. And apparently that's a very normal thing
at U of A?
China.
Oh, but here,
yeah, in China. So like they have a few stores here.
Oh, really?
That do it, and I've never heard of them before. I met all those exchange students. It's
common in Taiwan. So when I went to Taiwan, they had that everywhere.
So I feel like
the fried chicken thing.
There's probably a place here.
I want to get my hopes up too much with Edmonton food.
But yeah, it was so good.
But
it was expensive, but it was so good.
I did go to Taste of Edmonton yesterday.
Oh, how was it?
It was I want to say it was about 50% smaller than normal. So there was just not that many vendors compared to normal.
That's unfortunate.
Everything was very average. My favorite was, I forgot what the store was called, but they usually make the bingsu at Taste of Edmonton. They make mango and Oreo bingsu, and this time they also brought croissant bites. So it was like tiny croissant, like not a full croissant, but like literally if you were cut a croissant, but then you cut it and bake it before you actually
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and then they put pistachio cream on top.
Oh,
That
cute.
was so good. And then Hong Long's beef skewer was so good.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
at 4 tickets, I thought that was value town. So for $6, like it was like a girthy beef skewer, and
Did you get more than one then?
yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
all got. So yeah, so I went with Joyce, Alvin, and Jenny, and then we got 4 total, 4 of the skewers. We got 2 first, and then we got another 2 after because it was so
Yeah.
good. I thought all their stuff at Hong Long was really good, but it kind of sucks because everywhere else was very subpar average, and there
Yeah.
was less vendors than normal.
Where is the Hong Long restaurant
They
normally?
used to be on 109 in Jasper Ave, across from the club. You know, okay, 109 Street and Jasper Ave. You know where that is?
Nope.
Oh, it's where we had all you can eat sushi and barbecue for our joint
Oh, yes.
birthday thing.
Yes, at Shogun.
Yeah. So that intersection, Jasper Ave 109,
Mm-hmm.
there's like 4 corners to it. One corner is where Popeyes is,
Mm-hmm.
where Save-Ons is, Popeyes,
Yes.
all that stuff.
Yes.
The other corner is where we ate.
Yes.
And then opposite to the Popeyes one was, there used to be a club there, I think. I forgot what it was called.
I don't go clubbing.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't.
And then across from that was where Hong Long used to be, and then now they moved to near the library.
I see.
So now I think they're right behind the Stanley Milner Library or whatever.
I see.
Yeah. But I don't know, like I never really go there because it's always like Kotohue or pretty much Kotohue or PHP, right?
Yeah.
On pasture, so it was good though. Like whatever they brought there was really good.
Mm.
That's what I remember.
Is it good enough that you would go there now?
I would give them a shot.
No. Oh.
I would. I just almost fucking never go and eat. That's the problem. Like I always make food at home. Like I'm actually almost done my cow. So I guess
wow.
it only took
It's
me
about
6
that time.
months. I mean, it only took me 6 months, which I don't think one person should take 6 months to eat a half.
I mean, you eat it regularly.
Yeah, so I eat it like every weekend.
Yeah.
So I think like this last meal is gonna be the last of that cow, and then next 2 weeks is gonna be last of the pig I bought,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll have no more meat, and then I have to start restocking again.
Oh, you're gonna have to make another order.
No, so the thing is, it's not actually cheaper than if you bought Costco meat.
Yeah.
Flavor, I do agree, is I think better,
Mm-hmm.
but especially because it's like most of this, or at least half of the meat I got from the cow goes to my meal plan. I don't care too much about the flavor.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I might as well just go to Costco and just buy their shit.
I see.
Yeah.
End of an era.
Huh?
End of an era.
Yeah. I mean, it
Poor
was
Betty was ready to go live in your fridge for half a year.
I mean, the thing was, at least I tried it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, I tried it. I figured it out. I did it for like a full year almost.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bought, I think
This
a
was
quarter.
the second round, right?
Yeah. And I see why people like it, but if they don't make it cheaper than Costco, and maybe like financially they can't, just because like Costco's such a super giant and they just know how to like get all this meat for so cheap,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like there's no real point. Like as a individual
Yeah.
consumer, like unless my neighbor's a farmer and I'm like trying to help him out, other than that, there's no real reason I do it again, kind of thing. But I do admit like specific cuts were really good and specific stuff I got was really good. Like if I had an opportunity, I'd probably get a lamb from them again.
Yeah.
But probably not a cow, just because it's not really financially viable.
I can see that.
Yeah. So back to Costco for me, I guess. I gotta stock up again
I
because my
love
freezer is
Costco.
almost empty, and I go through a lot of meat, which sucks for me.
I mean, you need protein, right? I go through a lot of salmon.
Salmon's expensive, fuck.
I know, but it's my guilty pleasure and something I'm willing to put money into.
Fair enough. We all have that. I think it was one of the books. I don't know if it's books you lent me or just a random financial book I read it before, but it's just like that shit you shouldn't cheap out on. Like the stuff
Yeah.
that really makes you happy, but if you do that, everything else you must cheap out on.
Yeah.
Right. So just like love what you love and really enjoy that, and everything else just say fuck it.
I think there are definitely things that I believe add to my quality of life, and a lot of those things are small things. So the way that I like to see things that are more worth my money that aren't needs
Yeah.
would be things that I personally, like you said, increase my quality of life or make me happy. So that would be spending more money on salmon when I can, or not when I can because I love salmon, or something that has nothing to do with nutrition would be, I don't go shopping a lot or like to buy a lot of things because I don't like having a lot of stuff. But when I do buy something, I'd rather buy something that's more higher quality, even if it means it's more expensive. Like the necklace that I'm wearing it. The necklace that I'm currently wearing. I always wanted to make it a point to wear a necklace every single day and kind of have this be my thing to always wear a necklace every single day since elementary school. And the first necklace I started doing that with was a necklace that my aunt gave me for graduating elementary school. So I wore that every single day until it broke. And then I wore a necklace that my sister gave me after that every single day until that one broke. And then I wore a necklace every single day and after that my ex gave me until that one broke.
Maybe you're breaking too many necklaces.
I mean, if you wear it every single day, eventually it's gonna like wear and tear and break. I
wear this every single day since I was in junior high.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Maybe I treat my shit like shit. But anyways,
sometimes I bring it in to like get it redone.
Oh yeah, I don't do that stuff.
But it's just like if something bends a little bit, then I just bring it in.
Oh yeah, I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so I thought I would buy this one, which is also kind of expensive, but this is the first necklace that I brought for myself that I'm gonna wear. Well, I haven't been wearing it every day because I feel like it's a little too pricey for that, but same concept.
No, not really, because you're not wearing it every day now.
Kind of same concept. You're right. I do have another one, but I keep forgetting to go buy the chain for it.
So do you have days where you don't wear a necklace?
No. Or if I do, then it's not intentional.
Oh,
and it's not
like
wanted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because for me, like, I don't take this off ever.
Yes.
So it's like, it's always there. So for me, if I didn't wear a necklace, that's weird.
Yes.
Like, my norm is to always have this on.
I did do that before, but then the reason why the other necklace that I wore every single day broke, I got it from my cousin. It was because I wore it to volleyball and I tried going up for a block and then the little charm hooked onto the net and it ripped the chain off. And so I broke the chain that way. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to wear a necklace to volleyball anymore. And then so sometimes I forget to put it back on and then it'll be a couple days and I'm like, shit, where's my necklace?
I actually think it's kind of unfair to like the comparison because I feel like girls' necklaces, the chain's always smaller, right? But for me, like my necklace is thick, so it's like this is never gonna like the chain's never gonna break.
Your chain is like 3 times the thickness.
Yeah, and I feel like that's natural for guys. It's like it looks better for guys because if you see a guy with a tiny chain, it looks weird. It's like they're gay or something like that, right? Like it's a very feminine thing. It feels like, right?
Yeah.
But then for females, the opposite is true, right? It's very natural for you guys to have thinner. So I can see why you would break it more often than me because my chain is like so much thicker, right?
Yes, exactly.
And it's just like naturally that's what's more aesthetic for male or female.
I'm keeping my eye out because I'm going to look for a ring.
Oh.
For myself too.
Do you have like a specific... You should get Joyce to make you one.
Oh.
Yeah, she's making them now.
Oh,
she's starting to make them. She's taking silverware classes.
Oh, shit.
And then she could put like gems on it, right?
Oh,
stuff. Like she could design it so there's gems that you can.
I'm gonna ask you more about that later. But yes, I want rings that I wear every single day too. I have this one that I wear every day that I got for myself, but I want a thicker one actually. And then I had a sister ring with my sister, but she bought me a silver one, she knew that I've decided to only wear gold. But she said she couldn't find the gold version and decided to buy me the silver one anyways, which it was still a really nice ring, but I don't really wear it because I don't want to mix metals. So I want to find the silver.
You don't like silver? Or just
I do like silver, but I decided that... I also am the type of person who I try to decide on things, and so I never have to think about it for the rest of my life.
So you're saying you're never going to wear silver rings?
Yeah.
Weird.
I decided to be a gold person.
Okay. I mean,
I feel like it looks better on my complexion too. And so I need to find a gold sister ring for myself and then the silver version of the exact same ring for my sister. And then also another one for Carmen and I. We wanted to do that too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds a little gay, but yeah, works.
And another one for myself because I wanted another thick one for myself.
Yeah, I used to always wear my iron ring until I lost it.
You're like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. I wore it for like I think 5 years.
Oh,
like every day. Like,
I
take it
remember
off volleyball,
actually.
put it back on, all this shit. And then one day I lost it. And I was like, you know what? it's time to let go. And then I was just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna get another one.
I think it's pretty interesting. I still see some of my Eng friends wear it.
Yeah. Like sometimes when I see someone wear it, I was like, oh man, I wish I had mine again. Just because I feel like it's like a point of like you can talk to them, you know, you're both
you
wearing
can recognize
stuff. Now if I say I'm an engineer, like, are you sure you're not fake?
Where the fuck's your ring? But I also know more engineers that don't wear the ring than engineers that wear the ring.
Yeah. I mean,
significantly more.
Yeah.
The ratio is like 8 out of 10 engineers don't wear the ring.
Yeah. Actually, that's something I've been very recently, because I was recently listening to a podcast with Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan, and Jordan Peterson is actually starting his own university now because he got canceled and all this shit, all this like woke culture and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And he's saying like,
what did he get canceled for?
I don't even remember, but it's all this like bullshit about like DEI and all that.
What's DEI?
The diversity, inclusion, all that stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, and then it kind of. So pretty much what he's saying is like the value of it has actually significantly decreased because of all the shit that's come out of it. It's like some employers are actually not wanting to hire specifically university graduate because they have all these like woke ideology stuff that they don't want in their company, right? Like it's what happened to like Bud Light and like all that other shit, right? So he's starting his own university and he's hoping like the credentials of getting something from his will actually mean something, because it, at minimum, you know that they have to work hard to get their degree or certificate because they're actually testing them.
Yes.
And at minimum, they're not teaching all this other random shit. Like they don't teach any ideologies. It's literally like whatever the subject is the subject. There's no
that's pretty sick.
There's no like extra bullshit, save the earth type of shit. It's just like you learn about microbiology, you learn about microbiology. You learn about philosophy, you learn about philosophy. Like there's no other random stuff to it. Yeah. Which made me think, I was like, man, I really wish that was the case for Eng too. Like, it sounds kind of mean or rude, but I really, really wish they made the degree harder to get, so then the value of it was significantly higher. Because I feel like it's so diluted.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I say I got an engineering degree from wherever in Canada, but it feels like it doesn't mean that much because there's so many people that can get it. You know what I mean?
The part that I think is really impressive though is the amount of workload that you guys had, or the amount of classes. Because I remember one time I tried to make my schedule the same because I wanted to see if, maybe next year I'll like apply to go into software engineering instead of just comp sci. And when I increased the classes that I had to match the amount of classes that Eng people had, I fucking died. But it was so busy and I was so stressed the whole time.
I still think it should have been more difficult, only because I've seen so many people just like C to degree coast through shit.
Yes.
And then we both come out, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but like I was like passionate about it, right? But then we both come out and we're both engineers, and it's just like
engineer.
I was like, fuck. It's like it's almost like getting your medical degree. Like if they didn't actually work hard for it, you just feel like it actually decreases the value that there's doctors that didn't go through that shit, right? So that's why they always go through that stuff. Right?
And you don't know which doctors were the C's get degrees doctors.
Yeah. So then I was just like,
because in the end they still become doctors.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck, man. Like,
I guess you would know, but you know.
Yeah, I kind of wish it just held a bit more value, because like I want to say like 7 or 8 out of 10 engineers that came out that I know of aren't even doing that work. So it's like, what's the fucking point? You're just like, everything is just getting super diluted and oversaturated right now, right?
I agree. I think you're also one of the engineers that I know that actually likes their job.
Yeah, or
likes being an engineer.
Yeah, like likes the concepts of what engineering provides and things like that.
And isn't saying, I'll just work this job until one day I find something that I actually like type of thing.
Yeah. Like I actually want to do the basis of engineering, which is like innovating, inventing, creating, solving, optimizing.
Yes.
That type of stuff like that, right? Whereas most of them end up just being like PM of something. It's just like, dude, you could literally get a project management certificate at NATE or diploma in like 2 years, right? And you'd be in the exact same position. But I guess some people say, oh yeah, but they went through engineering, so that's how they got a job. Like they respect them a bit more because they went through the difficulty. But I don't know. I just feel like you could game the system pretty good too.
I agree.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that Jordan Peterson's doing his own university thing.
It's pretty sick.
I feel like I'm getting scammed into like joining.
Oh, really?
It's like $450 a year.
Yeah.
So it's $450 a year. I don't know what the limitation is
How many years?
What you can take. But you get, he will provide certification, and there will be like actual testing. So it will be like an actual course. Like it's not just like fucking around, right? And you're also paying money. And it makes sense. Like the justification, which is the justification for everything. It's like if you make it free, there's too much shit.
Yeah.
Right? So if you make it paid some decent amount, but not too ridiculous where it's not accessible to everyone, still accessible, but you have to actually want to do it. Right?
Yes.
I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. But a lot of the stuff they're teaching right now is very humanity, sciences and stuff.
I just want to see.
Yeah. And it's not like concrete yet. So it just makes me feel like, oh, I don't know if this is right for me. Because like, I really like the shit I do, which is very technical, very like trades technical heavy. But yeah, he has like he has a bunch of trailers.
These graphics are insane
for all the course. Yeah. So the other thing he was talking about is like, there's no reason why the current university nowadays cannot make their recorded lectures as good as like YouTube or Netflix shows, because they have the money to do it, but they just choose not to create good production to teach people, right? So then that's what he's done. He pretty much just tried to find the best lecturers, and then he just gives them, you know, whatever they need to create the best production of their lecture.
Intro into neuroscience would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, the nutrition one I was looking at, cosmology would be cool, but you see how most of these are very political humanities type of thing?
Yeah.
So it's not like if he had a course right here, a box that says electrical engineering, I'm like, fuck, I'll sign up right now. Like, I don't give a fuck, I'll sign up right now, right? And then
the neuroscience one.
Yeah, like this is
exciting.
Like his start of it. I don't know if it'll be successful or not, because like his goal is that the fact that you came out of this program, and he's gonna make it like
actually valuable,
like difficult enough where you also have to take like exams and stuff. Like it's not just a freebie. Like you don't just pay and get your
certification at the end of the course.
Yeah, so he actually makes it so it's there's value to it.
What's his concept with failing, or what are the
well,
rules?
Apparently they have an AI cheating detection, is what they say.
Oh, interesting.
But what his philosophy is, the fact that you have this on your resume is actually a boost now, because you came out of this, not necessarily prestigious, but something that's legit, that isn't like, you know, random university stuff. You didn't just pay for a random certificate. It actually follows very closely to the current concept of like comp sci stuff. Like, I think people care about what you did more in GitHub than your degree or where you got your comp sci degree from.
Yes, I
agree. They care more about your portfolio and your projects, right?
Yeah.
Than your whatever degree you came out of. And this is what he's trying to. I feel like that's the same mentality and approach to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Like,
I'm curious what the economics of human.
Yeah. This is one of them I was actually wanting to do too, because I felt like it might be like a leadership type of thing.
Cosmology was kind of cool too.
Yeah. So the only problem is, it's $450, so I have to like debate if I really want to do it or not. And then afterwards, I really want to see how it works, right? Like, is this all the courses you have? They did say that they want to introduce 3 new courses every month, right?
How long's each course too?
I think he said each
Nietzsche
lecture is at least 8 hours.
Ooh.
Right. But yeah,
is each course only 1 lecture long?
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't
know how to pronounce this guy's name. Nietzsche. I don't remember, but I know a lot of his quotes. He's a philosopher. A lot of his quotes are pretty cool.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Like it'll be like putting my money where my mouth is. Where like, do I really want to learn? Okay, well now if I did pay for it, I would actually do it.
Yeah, now you have the opportunity to learn.
Yeah. Because I'm so cheap that if I did pay for it, I would do it. This kind of thing like that, right? If I actually invested some money in it. Like I always want to take like random NATE or U of A like single courses.
There's an online, what was it called?
Yeah, but those...
No, but this one would be probably the most credited online academy. Can you look it up? It might be the first one that pops up.
What do you want me to search?
I don't remember the word. Just
okay, well...
online courses.
Learning Academy. Yeah, I have no idea. But I have always wanted to take legitimate courses, and I didn't just want to take free courses too, because I feel like I won't be motivated. Like I want to actually put value and pay for a really good course.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm
Coursera.
Oh, but I mean, yeah, I've done Coursera stuff too. I've done some Coursera stuff too, but
yeah,
I feel like the quality fluctuates so much from one course to the other. They're not like really standardized. Right? Standardized as in like there's no minimum quality, I feel like.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I've done some Coursera stuff, but I don't know. I like to learn, but I really want something that's like super high quality focused and something I can like be proud that I did. You know what I mean? But which is also why I always want to take like these random NATE courses too, because that's super fucking cool. Like I want to learn that specific thing, without getting like a full diploma. Like I want to learn that,
spending the time doing the full thing.
Yeah, and the thing is specifically NATE too, because they're so practical. It's like about application. They're always about application. How do you actually apply the thing you're learning to doing something? Whereas like
it's not just all theory.
Yeah, like U of A stuff is a lot more like wishy-washy, woo-woo stuff. Yeah. Like there's like a upskilling program from I think Upskill Canada. Pretty much Upskill Canada, what they do is they try to provide subsidies for courses for people to upgrade their skilling in terms of like learning coding or learning different things to provide them a better
Lighthouse Labs was also another one.
Yeah, so but I think the one problem with Upskill Canada is like I think you have to not like their courses are like 12 to 16 weeks and they're like full-time courses. So they're like ideally for people who like just got laid off and then they like upgrade their skill and then they'll actually try to, similar to NATE, they'll try to help you get a job after you're done the course.
Oh damn, I've never heard of this.
But it's cool. It's like so the categories they have here is agriculture, digital technology, advanced manufacturing, clean technology, biomanufacturing, and cybersecurity.
What's digital technology?
I actually applied for one of these hoping I could do it like part-time. I think I did the data talent one. I applied for the data talent one just because so much of my work right now is like data related. I was like, oh fuck, I might as well just learn something with it. But I don't think they'll let me because I'm still working a full-time job. Right. But yeah, a lot of these are like 12 to 16 week program and they're mostly like full-time. Like you learn like 8 hours a day for like 12 to 16 weeks. And the thing is they subsidize the fee. So like, I don't know how much a course normally like this would cost, but for example, if I went to data talent, it would cost me $250.
Yeah.
For like a 16-week course, that's so good. That you can't get that anywhere else at all, right? And I think some of them is like you pay $500 to start, and if you successfully finish the course, they give you back that $500.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I was like, oh shit, that'd be so cool. Like I kind of wish I had this.
Wait, can you scroll up a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know here. I just wanted to see. They're funded by.
Yeah. So the other thing I think about Upskill, like I'm trying to sell them like I work for them, but I don't. It's just shit I read. It's like the criteria too is like you have to have work full time for 3 years first.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not for new grads. It's like for people who worked a bit and then they want to like upgrade their ability, and they got fired or something and they want to get something into like a more sustainable job, as in like something that will last for a lot longer, and then they'll upskill through this. So it's like a lot of the criteria to apply for these courses are a bit more strict, but it's like tailored to people who want to upgrade what they are.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, you graduate in, I don't know, just make something up, like fucking poli-sci, you work at some random firm doing some random shit for a couple years and you realize you want to get into like data or something like that. Go to upskill after that, like after you quit or something.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, the other one I really wanted to do was advanced manufacturing because it's really tailored into mechanical engineering stuff. Yeah, but again, all these programs are like full-time programs. So I was like, fuck, I can't really do it unless I get like fired or if I quit, right? But I did apply for one. I was like, oh, maybe they'll let me do it.
When did you do that?
I applied for one, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks.
Shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, I want to try this out.
That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. I'm gonna look more into it later.
Because I do like, because I fucking love school so much because I'm a nerd, I always want to like learn more shit, and I can learn a lot by myself through the internet, but having like a structured program is pretty nice. It's like it's nice because sometimes I go through so many rabbit holes, then I figure out what I should have learned.
And you wasted too much time.
and then yeah, I wasted like, you know, half a year going through all these rabbit holes when I could have took like a 1 week course.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Tell me more about it when you like hear back from them.
I mean, I also want to do that fucking Power BI course at work and stuff, which is pretty cool. Speaking of which is pretty exciting. Like I think I told you like literally on Wednesday that I was like posting on the community to help like solve some of these problems I have for my work stuff. For like Power BI and DAX and all these things. First of all, I guess not bragging, but I think I'm at the level where the community it's a little difficult for them to help because they're like similar level-ish.
Yeah.
Right. So they don't have like, they just like try, like the nice thing is they'll try to bounce ideas off me, but they don't know the answer like right off the bat now.
Yeah.
And then I end up figuring out both of them myself. So I was like, oh fuck it, I actually figured this out. Yeah. Which is nice because like I actually finished my week by doing something this week instead of every other fucking week of work. Like I actually completed all the shit.
I was pretty chill today at work too.
Yeah.
I had 2 meetings and then I launched a program and then I did some testing and I did shit all after.
Oh, nice.
And
Good old shit all.
Fat nap.
Actually, this week at work we had so like we have a project in Toronto that is the Ontario line. That's the train they're building.
Yeah.
It's like a joint venture project, right?
Yeah.
And Bantro's part of it. And one of the guys who works there as a report analysis, he's like one of their leader report analysis. He came and he showed us all the dashboards and all the stuff they're doing with like tracking all the data and all the analytics. And he showed us, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's like kind of inspiring because I feel like I could do something similar to that and have it work for us. And it's cool because he's like, yeah, they have like a full team. There was like 4 or 5 guys on the front end and like more guys on the back end to get this working, and all the data and dashboards working nice. I was like, oh fuck, it's pretty inspiring because I can see it, and I was like, oh, like I see all the techniques he used to create all these things. I was like, oh, that's very inspiring because I could like take those same techniques and I could like do it. I just never have that creativity until I see something else.
Yeah.
And now I see it, I was like, oh, I could fucking make something like that for sure. Which is like cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, and in his, it's like, in theirs, it's very front end heavy because they're like a really big project. So like you kind of like make it on the fly. Whereas the stuff I'm developing is like for the company, which is going to ideally last for the next 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Which is very back end heavy. Like we're trying to make sure the infrastructure is
the
correct.
Foundation and everything.
So which is cool.
Properly.
Yeah, which is cool because like I can at least mix the two together. I can take the ideas of like them being so creative and innovative to like make the project work, and then implement that into our back end heavy stuff to make sure that we have reports that are actually useful. Yeah, so it's cool. Very exciting stuff.
So very cool.
How was your last week of July, last-ish week?
I would say actually last weekend I went to Calgary and Canmore.
Oh.
For a hike.
Was it smoky?
No.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
I heard that on Friday when I left Friday morning, or actually no, I did not leave Friday morning. I left Friday right after work. I heard that in Edmonton the air quality was really bad. Like there was an air pollution warning.
It was like 10 or something.
Yeah.
That is.
But in Calgary and in Canmore, it was pretty much totally clear.
Well, it's because Jasper.
Yeah.
It's closer to us.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't have known that there was anything, but okay, maybe somebody had like a small little barbecue fire or some shit type of smoky, or it's just the tiniest bit hazy, but otherwise it was great. And I felt like the weather was fucking perfect for hiking.
You hate hikes.
I know I hate hiking, but I always say yes to them because it's really good physical activity. The week before, there was a heat warning, and it was just really fucking hot in Edmonton. So I thought, oh shit, how the fuck are we going to go hiking when it's hot as shit? But when we went, it was only 24 degrees.
Oh, nice.
So it was really, really nice weather.
Yeah.
The sun was behind some clouds half the time. So it was really, really good. We did Howling Peak.
Oh, yeah, that's the typical one everyone does.
Yeah.
Like just outside of Calgary, right? It's like just between Calgary
and Canmore.
Yeah.
I thought it was hard.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people always do that one. I think there's some crazy view at the top, right?
Yeah. It was pretty fun though. And then afterwards we did some kayaking.
Oh, nice. Kayaking is always fun.
And then we ate some really good food, and we also went to some speakeasy bar on a rooftop, which was pretty fun.
What's the speakeasy bar?
speakeasies are places that aren't typically, at least my definition of what I know it to be, is that they are places that aren't typically broadcasted to the public. There's no visible sign that lets you know that this place is exactly what it is on the inside. And it usually is more like a hush-hush thing where you only know if somebody's told you that this thing is there. So it's kind of like an underground party or underground rave. Or
that's how they get you.
But they're like typically nicer. If you, yeah. So this one was on a rooftop, and it was pretty cool because on the outside, I forgot what street we were on, but it was a really well-known street because I've been there so many times. On the outside, it just looked like it was a corporate building.
Yeah.
And there was one guy standing in a tux just chilling, just walking around there. But apparently he was the security guy that lets you in. Yeah. And we walked up and we're like, hey, we're here for nationals, which is what the place is called. He checked our IDs. We walked in and it still looks like a regular building. But there's a small little sign. I think because it was really convoluted to get to, they had to put a sign to show how to get there. Like a small little printed sign that just says like nationals this way. Yeah. And then there was a guy standing by the elevators and you had to tell him like, oh, we're going to nationals. He's like, okay, go on that elevator. So we went on that elevator. We went up to this restaurant and then the restaurant had these stairs on the side, which we had to go up like 3 flights of stairs and then go down a hallway, make like a right turn, go down, open like this one door, and then it brought us to a rooftop, which is pretty cool.
Damn. It would be cooler if they made it like actual puzzle, and if you get it wrong you end up at like the back alley.
Just like, you get mugged, bitch.
One or the other. You better get it right. You better get the clues.
The blank.
That'd be hilarious.
But yeah, it was really fun. It was a really, really fun trip.
Nice. Sick. I haven't been out of town in a while, even to like Calgary and shit. I never have a reason to.
Yeah.
Like I think the last time was for Joyce's birthday. I went to Red Deer to do the roller coaster thingy and the whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's not really anything. It's like an hour and a bit. I remember when I first finished uni, I was like a bit more like, I wouldn't say lonely, but like bored. So I would like go to hikes with like random friends and shit. But then I realized I don't really like that as much. After a couple of hikes, it's like, man, this is fucking boring actually.
I feel like I'm a lot more selective of how I spend my time now.
Yes.
And not just
100%.
saying yes just because someone has invited me to go somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
But this hiking trip I actually thought was really freaking fun. I was surprised. There were a few moments or some takeaways that I had from the trip was that I was surprised by how much some of these friends remembered things about me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
good
they
things
would,
or bad things?
Like good things.
Oh.
Like at a cafe while we were waiting for our drinks, one of my friends who asked me how my sleep has been lately. And I was like, oh yeah, it's been pretty good. Or I feel like, okay, it was better last year because I don't sleep as much or I get disrupted sleep a lot. But I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. And he was like, oh, like, how was your insomnia? You had insomnia before, right? Like, how did that get fixed? And I was like, oh shit.
You had insomnia?
Yeah.
That's gross.
I was like, oh shit, blah, blah, blah. And we had that conversation. And then we also talked about how my finger healed. And we talked about how like training Lumi was for certain things and then other personal things. And yeah, like everyone on that trip, at some point, I felt a genuine connection. And I was like, holy shit, you actually remember so much about me. And I felt very loved and very freeing and genuine on the trip.
Yeah,
that's very refreshing.
Yeah, I don't think that happens often for me.
Let's make a trip. Let's go on a little trip.
That. I have busy weekends doing whatever I do on the weekends.
Fucking bitch.
You know, some weekends I just want to play video games with my friends. You know,
I get it.
There's like some Sundays where I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here for 3 hours and just be a piece of shit and just play video games. And I feel like those times come less and less often as I grow up. So I like cherish them a lot more. The times I can just sit down with my friends.
Just waste time.
Just fucking play some video games. I mean, to us, it's not wasting time. We're fucking grinding it out.
Not wasting time.
But yes, at the grand scheme of things, it is wasting time. But it's very quite enjoyable and pleasurable.
It's the small things.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I could get busier doing less random shit, but I just feel like I want to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think life, you have to really focus on, or you have to remember to make it a priority to at least make it enjoyable and keep doing things that actually make you happy.
Yeah. I really wish I could connect gaming more to my work. That'd be sick.
Make a Power BI game.
Fuck that. But yeah, it's just like I can get so addicted into a game if there's any type of like RPG to it. I just get so fucking into it, and then it's not even like the grind or anything. It's literally just strat building. I just love fucking strategy and like how to build strats and stuff like that, and all this like very interesting ways of dealing with problems.
I feel like you could very easily make a game like that.
I don't even want to make a game, but I wish I could incorporate that into work somehow. The main difference is that usually games is like instant reward or punishment for your decisions, whereas like in real life,
you wait 2 to 3 weeks,
or maybe years, right? Like you and your team or you and upper management might make a decision that you won't know the outcome till like 2 or 3 years later, and even then you don't even know if it was the right or wrong thing to do.
Yeah, because you're also detached from that project afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll see if there's anything. Anything else? I think that was about it for me too. I know you have your calendar, which is a great system. I just don't do it, but I wish I could remember all this random shit I do.
Yeah, I can't imagine not.
I enjoy every moment of it though. Like when I'm like I do remember my last 4 weekends. I've always had fun.
Yeah,
but I don't specifically remember, and I'm not that sad about it.
That's all right. I had a sister date one time, and that was really nice. But
yeah, I don't think guys do that ever.
With your siblings?
I hang out with my siblings, but it's never like, oh yeah, let's go and do this specific thing together. Actually, nowadays, since they all have kids, it's just me going over and just hanging out with my nieces.
I feel like it does evolve eventually, but right now it's just me and my sister. So
yeah, that's true. All right, cool. We'll end it here. No need to drag it on. We'll see you guys next time. Hopefully we'll have a guest. If not, we'll figure out some cool topics to talk about.
Yes.
But yeah, anyways, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.